Hello, Simidad here. Hope you're all well. Welcome to the live stream. We are back on Combined Counties today with the multiplayer server. We've got Storm on with us at the moment, and some others may or may not join us down the line. We are just picking up our grass work. We've got some bales to pick up, both grass and hay. And we've got some silage to sell, hopefully, and then we'll be rolling some fields. We've got a cornfield to plant as well, or seed, and all that good stuff. So without much further ado, let's get into it. Since we last streamed on here, we have Storm joined us, so we've got 7 farms set up on the map now. So we've got, let's a little run around. So this is all me, orange here, progressing nicely. We've got, what have you got? 2, 4, 6, 8 fields now, and a little bit of scrubland to build some stuff on. We've got Storm here. He's new. He's just started a couple of days ago, and he's growing nicely. Mr. Farquhar here. Selim here. Rusty's down here. Scruffy's down there, and Linuen is down the bottom here with his grape productions and such like. So yeah, it's all going well. Everyone's enjoying it so far, as am I. This would normally be the Fraser Valley stream. However, I had a ton of stuff to do on here, which I just wanted to get done before April finished. We are April 2, so that's why we're on here, because we didn't get a chance to do anything on Sunday. So yeah, it's just thought we'd get on here, finish up what we need to finish up, and then we could pick up Fraser Valley again next week. I'm sorry, I put a post out the other day in the Discord. I can't remember if I put it on the Facebook, on the YouTube as well. I am sorry for the lack of content over the last 2 weeks. Ran through my pre-recorded stuff quicker than I was expecting. And what that meant is I just had 2 quiet weeks where it was still school holidays, so recording time was next to nothing. So I couldn't really record anything to get it prepped and out. I did record this morning before work, so there will be an episode tomorrow of the truck series, the debt-free owners series, and then should be an episode Sunday for that as well. And then I'm thinking probably next week we'll start back with the Vintage Oaks series as well. But other than that, is all good. Yeah, at the moment we just seem to be selling silage is where we're at with the farm, just to keep us going until our animals are taken over. In other exciting news, TerraLife Plus came out over the weekend for Farm Sim, which was good. It adds a whole host of complexities to the Farm Sim game. I was just speaking to Storm just there before we came live, and they've said that apparently what they've released so far is about 20% of what they aim to bring to it in FS25, which is awesome. Should have quite a bumper crop of bales off of here, because it's actually 2 cuts. I left a cut of hay out in the summer, over the winter. So yeah, it was, just didn't get time basically to pick it up, so I just left it out. But yeah, we'll get this all baled up. Then what we'll do is we'll pick up the bales off the field, and then we'll start rolling the field. Yeah, some semblance of normality has returned to the house this week because school's back. The oldest went back today, and he was the last one to go back to school, so our house has returned to normal. My usual pre-work recording sessions on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are back. But yeah, on the subject of FS25, with the release of Terra Life Plus and combined counties, I think the last time we spoke about it, I was sort of a bit on the fence about it. I think I will pick it up, but I won't pick it up at release. I probably will wait 6 to 12 months after release before we pick it up on the channel, so this channel will most likely just stick to FS22 content, because with combined counties and the vintage oaks, as well as Fraser Valley and Terra Life, there's 4 really good maps there that give me loads of playability through until the mods catch up with FS25. So that'll be firmly the plan. I think I mentioned it in the video that should come out tomorrow. I did mention on there that if it came out on Game Pass at release, then we may well load it up on the channel on the stream on time. Excuse me. Yeah, we may well load it up on the channel on a stream on time just to look at it, but in terms of actual regular playing and a series or any kind of that stuff, it won't be until the mods catch up, or that there's enough mods that it makes it worthwhile. I feel we probably need to turn up our game audio. That should be a bit better for you. We'll crank it down one. There we go. Yeah, that is that is that. We are in debt up to our eyeballs, as is usual, as you've come to expect by now. We've got a £1.5 million loan on here. And these will be, these bales, they'll be going straight into our farm production to start producing the silage. I'm a little bit concerned with the silage at the moment, because my plan for the silage I got last harvest was from the sunflowers, cut those early with the forage harvester. And got a bit of, I think like 130,000 litres or something of silage, or chaff to turn into silage, which we burned through that pretty quickly. However, the plan for silage going forward now is corn silage, and we don't, obviously it's April, so it's the planting season for corn. I'm a bit concerned that we're not going to have enough silage to get us through till that's ready, so we might have to buy some in, or we might have to sacrifice one of our selling, because we've got a grass silage field that we're just selling, and we might have to sacrifice one of those cuts to make some silage for the cows. We'll see how we get on. I think the cows have got, from memory, about 50,000 litres in of feed in, plus 100 and something thousand in the silo ready to go, so we may make it through to corn chopping season. Rusty, evening bloke. Evening, sir. Hope you're well. Welcome in. Just getting a little bit of multiplayer action on the go. Picking up my bales, baling up my hay, I should say. I'm gonna get these grass fields turned around and rolled. Just celebrating the normality that's returned to the house. With the kids going back to school. Or well, I say normality, relative normality. One of the things I think I've decided to do on here as well is I think I'm going to buy the BGA and process my silage and slurry, manure and slurry through the BGA and use the digestate as the fertilizer for the corn. Homeless Panda, hello Panda, hope you're well, welcome in. We've had a great day so far and a week so far. I was on earlier today. I'm up to date again. All my fields are prepped for the next cut. Nice. Productive couple of days. I think as it stands, April will be quite busy because I've got a cornfield to plant as well. And the grass fields to prepare. And then May and June will just be keeping on top of things around the farm, like selling the milk and the pallets of stuff and checking for weeds. And otherwise it'll be, there won't be much to do. And then July will be back to cutting and probably harvest time actually as well. Well, that's why we're doing this tonight instead of Fraser Valley, because I had too much to do on here and not enough time to get on and do it before it rolls to the next month. I wouldn't do that. You'd do better to buy the farm products version that's in the factories and plonk that down on your land. It'll pull the silage and manure directly from the shed if it's close enough. Yeah, I've got one of those on my... it's like the 3 silos with the blue tops together. I mean, I don't know why I'm trying to describe it to you. I could just go to it. See if that's what you mean. Let's see. It's one of these thingies. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was lucky enough because I had one on my land to begin with when I bought the farm.
Oh, that's lucky.
Yeah. I think I don't know if anyone told you actually, I should have said that. It's we've noticed that it causes a bit of problems with if you end up doing any contracts. If that's the delivery point for your contract, for some reason it won't take it as a delivery. So when you, my farm is called Ebony Farm Productions or something like that. So if you do take a contract with a delivery point, I would try and avoid one that says that, because for some reason it doesn't like that as a delivery point for some reason. I think it's because I own it.
Good point.
So just worth noting. Yeah, I think my plan, my only thing I was thinking about the BGA is that it's you get more money from it from selling the electricity. If you own it, how can it be a contract delivery point? Because it was included on the base game, it wasn't one that I put down. It was one that was already placed. So the game recognises it as a contract delivery point.
Ah, I see. That makes sense then.
Yeah. because it was on. It's weird because it wasn't on my. It was on my land, but I didn't automatically own it when I bought the land. I still had to buy it. But I thought, well, I may as well buy it because it's on my land and it'll be useful.
Yeah.
But didn't without even thinking that it was going to mess up contracts for other people. That's part of the reason why we put that production revamp mod on, because that's apparently meant to fix it, but it still seemed... Selling, one of the other guys who plays, he had a problem delivering sunflowers to it the other day. And they said there wasn't enough room in the silo for them. But it's... even though the silo was like completely empty. So, I don't know.
Probably a script bug somewhere.
Yeah. I'd probably sell it and place another one down. For me, at least, it's been more useful than a BJ. How much money do you get, though, from processing the silage, like as excess income from selling the methane, do you think?
Oh, I haven't got a clue. I just placed it down and haven't looked at it.
Are you running any animals on your farm, Storm, or are you doing completely arable?
I have a couple of confused sheep so far.
Yes.
I'm planning on getting some cows just to try it out. It's been so long since I played the FS22. I think I stopped November last year after close to 2,500 hours.
Jesus. So I haven't put hardly any hours into FS22 compared to FS19. I think it was about 2,700 hours in FS19, and I've probably only done about 1,100 in FS22.
Only?
Only's relative, but... I think that's all my hay.
And my problem is that I start always to faff around with course play and auto drive and things like that, and making the whole map auto drive course, and that takes a long time.
Oh yeah. It's the quickest way. I don't get money, I get digestate, herbicide, liquid and solid fur and straw once my crops reach harvest. I'll also be getting mineral feed. I haven't had to buy any of those. Sell the methane, but I save it for fuel to other processes. The only thing I purchase is lime. Nice. I've got a tanker full of milk that I need to sell, but I don't think it's the best price, but we'll just have to sell it because it'll go sour otherwise. Have a look here actually, because I bought this plot of land this morning. September is our next milk max date. I'll probably have to sell some before then as well. My spacebar is on the way out, getting far too many multiple words stuck together. Plan next year is to add another cattle shed and do beef cattle as well. Just need to get the small loan of mine paid off first. Yeah, that quote unquote small loan. Right, we'll go and move those hay bales off the field. I think at the moment I'm probably alright on not adding an extra type of cow, to be honest. So I've got the sheep, I've got the chickens, I've got the beehives, I've got the cows, the dairy cows. I've got an apple orchard now. I've got the spinnery, the tailor shop. So yeah, I think I'm probably good. Got enough work to keep me going. Lynn asked me this morning, he was like, what's your plan? I said, well, the plan is just to make some money and do a bit of everything. So, pick up these bales. Yeah, you've already diversified. I've been careful to just stick with one thing until I'm happy with my setup. Yeah, I mean, if I was a smart man, that's probably what I would have done, but I'd be just stuck to one thing, not taking the huge loan, and just sort of grown organically. But, no, instead I took a massive loan. Basically did like you did, maxed it, bought a ton of land, and then instead of paying that loan back when I've had more money, bought more equipment or land to work, more animals, more things to do. Because I'm up to 660 sheep now, 2,000 chickens. I think 200 cows, 4 beehives, an orchard. I put down a greenhouse as well, actually, which I haven't done anything with that yet. Oh, that's 32 bales. Hi, Simmy Dad. Mr. F says hello also. Hello, Jen. Hello, Mr. F. You're here as well, Rusty. Hello again. Well, don't tell anyone. After all, I have a reputation to maintain, but I sold some of my silage bales and paid off some of the loan today. Good man, sir. Good man. I mean, it's pretty well expected on a Simmy Dad series these days that there's going to be loan of some kind involved. Usually massive. As big as you can get. Jen multitasking as well. I see. Yeah, I am. Jen, are your spawn back in school now as well? I'm learning FS on 2 monitors. Panda, do you play FS at all? Two of my spawn are in school, another goes tomorrow, my oldest is on Friday. Nice. You'll be looking forward to the peace and quiet then. My eldest went back today, the other two went back yesterday, and the youngest went back to crash yesterday as well, so I am back to normality, or as normal as can be at least. Right then, let's chuck these in. Nope, I'll try FS25, I guess, since you guys all play it. I start therapy on Friday to help my sudden anxiety over technology. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear. I hope it does help. I hope it helps you. Happy for you, Jen. I hope so too. I need my games back. Yeah. What sign off? Yeah, what sign? I don't know. I didn't see a sign. Did you see a sign? I just thought they were targets. I'd like to think that I'm going to get all of these on this. So it's only 2 loads, but I'm not sure. I will. Definitely won't. Like I said at the beginning, I don't know if you caught it or not, but there were 2 cuts on this because I left a cut on the field over winter. So half of these bales are probably mouldy. Come on. Not anymore. Aspiring hedge farmer will not be impressed when it trashes his hedge trimmer next month. Oh, you can just send me the bill. What sales bales have you gone for? These are 240s, I think. I said this is more than usual because it's two cuts worth of bales. It's basically twice as much as I would normally get. We've got another about 10 on the field. 240s. Yeah, I think they're 240s. They're 8,000 litre bales. I'm hopeful that after this, the silage that I've got up on the field will be fermented. So when I logged on, it was showing 94%. Which is interesting, actually, because I thought with precision farming, it took a month or so to ferment them, but it seemed I cut them this morning, which was midnight in game time, or close to. I tried 7,500 litre bales for my silage stuff yesterday and it got silly. I had to upgrade them to the 25k and realistic bales as I reached 32 bales in small ones. Just a headland on one field, yeah. Yeah, I think last time round I went for the big unrealistic ones on the silage, the 50k ones. I think this time round I went for the 25k ones. And I think there's two the 7,500 litre bales because I switched the size as we got close to the last bit so that I could get as much out of the baler as possible. Gotta maximise those returns. I think in terms of actual like fields, I think I'm probably close to being done. And what I'm purchasing, I think the only thing that I'm going to purchase now in addition is this lot here. And then that'll probably see me done in terms of field purchase. Because I don't particularly need much more. Not like you down there, Mr. I'm going to own half the map. So that is... So look. That's 520,000 litres of hay. Homeless panda, so you were focusing on what's in me with your farm. I think they I think the easiest way to explain it is a lot of everything, or a bit of everything, and not like one specific speciality. So I'll give you the tour. So we've got cows here, dairy cows. They are producing nicely, everything, milk, slurry, manure, the whole lot. Over here we've got the apple orchard, which are producing apples for Lynn. He's buying them off me at a flat rate of £900 per 1,000 litres. We've got sheep over here, which are obviously making wool there, which is feeding the spinnery and then in turn the tailor shop to make clothes, which will be sold. Got 4 honey productions here, making honey. I sold a load of that to Mr. Farquhar last night, and then the rest for now until he needs any more will just be for sale. Got doesn't look like it admittedly, but our 2,000 chickens are here, which are producing some eggs for us, which are just for sale. And then back here we've got our greenhouse, which I haven't done anything with that yet, but I'm planning on probably making pickles. So that's that. The fields here, so this is corn, and the white field here is going to be corn as well, and that'll be for silage to feed the cows. And then jump back to the map. Our land up here is consisting of this bit of land which I bought here, which is just a bit of sort of flat concrete land which I'm going to use to put down some productions. I've got a field here which is just grass which feeds the sheep. I've got this field here, 146 and 147, which I bought. They are wheat and oats at the moment. I don't need the oats It was just what was in it when I bought it. And the wheat also, I didn't plant wheat, but that was just what was in it when I bought it. But they will be handy to feed the chickens. I seeded this with with barley to feed the chickens. This is my grass field for hay, and this is my silage grass field for sale, which is, I just bale that for silage for purely for sale to keep the money coming into the farm, whilst I, for want of a better phrase, piss around with everything else. So yeah, it's not a lot of specialising in anything, but it's a bit of doing everything. Whereas some of the other guys, they're a bit more specialist. Like Rusty's got cows going on at the minute. That's what he's focusing on. I think Scruffy's doing cows as well. Lin Yuan is focusing on grapes. He's got a whole grapevine going on down his. He did actually want me to show you his auto drive route that he set up for his vines. Complicated game. Yeah, well, it's not the way it works at the moment is not too bad. I fill the cows probably 3 months worth of feed at a time, so I don't have to worry about them too much. Same with the sheep. I just dumped in all of the grass, which was like a year's worth of feed, and the chickens will only take 3 months worth of feed at a time. And then there's like flurries of activity, so April's a busy month because there's grass work to be done and seeding the corn. Harvest time will be probably July or August. There'll be 3 pretty big fields to harvest. And then it'll be chopping up the corn in September and then reseeding in September as well. And then not much until the spring. So it's a lot going on, but it's like short, sharp bursts of activity, and then not much else. Prepare for game pause. Is Rusty incoming? It's yeah, it's not as complicated as Terra Life, which I think Mr. Farquhar is demoing over on his stream. Here he comes. Rusty's in. There we go. So yeah, it's not actually too bad. It looks worse than it is. It's just a lot to do in Terra Life looks nightmare. Well, it depends if you like that style of play. And a lot of it, from what I understand, is optional steps that you can avoid with a slight penalty of higher consumption. Rusty in the in-game chat, sorry bud, tried to time it with the least damage. No, that's cool, man. It's absolutely no trouble. I was saying to Lynn this morning, that's the only downside to the server, with it being such an active server, is the sync times are quite long, plus it's a huge map. It's all good. I'm sure I've crashed you out at times. Or paused your game, rather. Yeah, I quite like the look of Terra Life. It does also terrify me having to learn everything, but it's pretty much pushing me back on FS25 for probably 6 or 8 months because I want to play it. I want to do it properly. I want to wait for the mods to catch up on FS25 anyway, so. So we'll drop these into the production. The production here is making TMR for us to feed the cows. And then we'll drive up, pick our silage bales up. Hopefully they'll be ready to sail, because that would generate us a tidy income. I can't feed cows at the best of times, never mind different feeds for different ages. I've seen some gameplay of FS25 today. That game looks amazing. Yeah, we want to get our grass silage off the field because we want to be able to roll that field. What I am just wondering, because I'm a bit concerned about cow feed, got another field of grass. I'm wondering whether I just pick that up as silage bales and then feed that into the TMR mixer and just mist, because the sheep have got plenty of grass. They'll make it to July for the next cut. So one of the reasons why I'm so not stressed, but one of the reasons I'm so like wanting to get these fields done. Whoa, shit! Sorry. Excuse the French there as well. Get them rolled. It's because it resets to the growth stage. If those cows are anything like my cats, just give the most expensive food, should work. Oh yeah, don't even talk to me about cats and expensive food. I've got a British short hair and she only eats a specific type of food, which is quite expensive. And we found another food which is got basically identical ingredients, and she wouldn't touch it. But then you put the expensive stuff in front of her and she's like, oh yes, I'll eat all of this, I'll lick my bowl.
Not to be an asshole, but that sounds like my ex-wife.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny how that works, huh?
Sure is.
Cavalier Roy, hello friend. Funny how many X's are like that. Looks the other way. So attuned to himself. How are you, sir? Come to see me butcher the map, all my abilities to play the map. Good, thanks. I am very well, thank you, sir. Hope you're having a good week. We are enjoying the heck out of this map. We are absolutely loving it. We've got, this is a multiplayer server. So we've got 7 farms on the go. And 7 regular, active people that play and love the map. So we've got my farm here in orange. This one is Friend Linuen. This one's Rusty. This one's Scruffy. This one's a chap called Storm. This one's a chap called Selim. And this pink one is Mr. Farquhar, who I believe you know or know of. Yeah, we are having a whale of a time. And I hope you are taking some well-earned rest now. Check this one on. Mr. Farquhar, yeah, I think I know him. Good guy and friend. Rusty's in Rusty Money. No, just a different Rusty. Know of Rusty Money, but not Rusty Money. Yeah, Rusty GB, that's the one. No, you're all good, mate. Let's see, where's the best price for silage? Let's go. I need some money. Got 1092. Any Island BGA. Ah, so that's all the way down. It's all the way down the bottom. It's all good though. Let's turn off the HUD. We can have a little. Getting kicked out of the game. That's annoying. Lost our connection. Let's try again. Sorry, folks. Sync incoming. But maybe our Rusty has money, so it could be. Rusty has no money would be my alt if it wasn't Rusty GB. Yeah, I feel you there, man. You're looking forward to FS25. I've got mixed feelings, to be honest, Cavalier Roy. Only because I think it looks good. I think there's some of the features they brought have been long awaited. For the 3-year gap, I probably would have liked some more, maybe. But also, my main thing is there's loads of good maps that have come out in the last like couple of months, and it's like put me on a I don't want to stop playing those. Like, this is one of them, and I'm not saying that because you're here. Genuinely, this is one of them. I was saying to the guys when I set it up that this is probably going to keep going into FS25 territory. I'll keep the server going, and even when FS25 is released. There's the Vintage Oaks that came out. There's a Fraser Valley map which came out, and then obviously Terra Life has just come out as well. So I'm a bit like, oh man, these maps are cracking maps, and they've come out with a couple of months to play them until FS25. So yeah, I think I hope it'll be good. I think time will tell, obviously, when the game actually comes out and people are actually playing it properly, not like a sort of polished down little demo. But I'm also reluctant because there's all these good maps that have just come in the last like month or two, and I'm enjoying playing those, so I'm a bit like, I don't know. So yeah, but mixed feelings. I think I was firmly in the camp that was kind of hoping that they might hold off on the next FS game until next year, like November next year, so we'd have sort of another year of this with the mods that are coming through. But I know they got to do it. Yeah, I hear you on that. It's been an interesting end to FS25, S22 this far. The great things dropping. Didn't expect much more to drop for FS22. To be honest, however, I knew Terra Life was coming out. Yeah, I didn't know. I sort of heard about Terra Life through just like the community Facebook groups and stuff like that. And then it's just sort of dropped and it was everywhere, and I was like, oh shit. So I started watching some stuff and I thought, oh yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, like I said, mixed feelings, I think. Like, should be good. What I meant to ask you actually, Cav, I was going to put it in your Discord the other day. I just forgot to do it. When you was this always the plan with the 4 maps to combine them into one 4x map at the end, or was it just something that came to you or was suggested to you midway through? I think I'll have to retag that place now. Will it still have kept it? Is it? Oh no, that's not wrong. Yeah, I was personally hoping for Giants to leave it one more year. Yeah, I think one more year would have been good. It would have given them an extra year to do some more refinements, and then I think go from there. I think I'm probably just being nitpicky with some of the stuff that I've seen. Like the ground deformation looked a bit uniform for me, but again, you only get to see the screenshots that they want you to see, so it may be different come the game actually releasing. No, it was something that came to me when I started updating all my maps for the final time. It was getting the terrain and roads ready for joining them all together. Yeah, I bet that was a nightmare. I would go on record to say, having done several multiplayer maps, also several multiplayer servers through my own and Mr. Farquhar's servers, I think, and again, not just saying this because you're here, I think this is probably the best multiplayer map that is on FS22. Because of the sheer size of it, the sheer amount of fields, the sheer amount of farms that you can pick to start from. Because obviously the farms are all from originally 2x maps or regular size maps. The fields don't seem colossal in size compared to some 4x maps. So yeah, I think I would go on record to say, for PC users, I think this is the best multiplayer map that exists in FS22. By definition, probably in any FS game so far. It's a damn fine idea. It made it, also due to speculation for 4x maps in FS25. I was like, well, this is taking 4 maps and put them together just to show the possibilities. What could come from 4x maps in 25. Thank you much. Appreciate it, bud. Means that. No, it's genuine, man. Honestly, as soon as I saw the screenshot, because it just hit me out of the blue on a, I think it was someone that got early access to it and did a YouTube video, and I watched it, and I was like, oh shit, this is all the maps. I know this. I know these maps. I think I'd said to you in your Discord a while back that I'd played Riverview and Maypole a bit on private saves, but never really done anything more than have a quick look around on Ebony Island and Glenleithen, but never got a chance to actually play them. So when it was all together in one map, I was like, yes. So, splendid idea, sir. It's a chef's kiss of an idea. So, do you think that FS25 will bring 4x maps to be the norm? Or do you think they'll bring them to console finally, or because they're dropping the older consoles, or do you think they'll still be default 2x? I say 2x, but just default regular size. If I remember rightly, I think it's down here. Dark Giants will do a base game 4x map, however, Giants in the interview said themselves wouldn't make a 4x map, which, reading between the lines, more or less confirms 4x maps will be a thing. Yeah. I think it makes sense. I think dropping the older consoles makes it more likely. Time to get paid. Come on, the last one. Don't be shy. Yeah, and the fact that Giants went on record to say they have tested both 4X and 16X maps on console. Yes. I think it's about time, because I think console players have been missing out on 4X when, in my opinion, you know, I'm not knocking Giants for it personally, because obviously they've got their reasons for it, but by carrying on to support the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, I think that really limited some of the development of the game in being able to offer PS5 and Xbox X players the ability to run 4X maps. Sottle bales, 645,000 quid. Nice. So we're close to £1 million in the bank now. It's not technically our money because we've got a colossal loan, but why pay that back, right? Now we need to get up and start rolling some fields. Get out of here again. Up here, that's right. Another question for you, sir, if you don't mind. Do you think you would ever do a 4X map from scratch? As you said, dropping the old gen consoles is what allowed them to open the game up to bigger and better things. I get it, 4X maps are not for most, but for MP it's a big deal. Oh yeah, 100%. Like if you, I mean, take for this example, let me get the map up again. If I zoom out and put the lands mode on, if you have a look at the amount of fields that between the 7 of us, I want to set the MP server up. I wanted it to be so that we had individual farms and we could create like a inter-farm economy, if you like. So we would sell stuff to each other and do work for each other and that kind of stuff. We've got the invoicer mod on here so we can invoice each other for stuff. Like I had a load of honey yesterday, which I sold to Mr. Farquhar because he's making cereal and stuff like that. But if this was just a regular size map, if you think all that land that we own between the 7 farms is probably about the size of one map. If I was running this server on a regular size map, then chances are by now, bearing in mind we're only actually about 2 weeks into the server actually being live, or 2.5 weeks into it being live, we'd probably be into the territory where no one could expand their farm anymore because all of the land would have been purchased. So I think for a multiplayer server where potentially you want to have your own, everyone wants their own farm and you want to create that sort of inter-farm sales environment, 4X is ideal for that because the chances of running out of land and fields and stuff to buy is probably quite slim. Whereas it's more likely on a 2X map where you're probably better off having a community farm where it's one farm, everyone does everything to muck in. I won't say no, but how I stand at the moment, I doubt it, because the 2X map takes me around 8 months here. I mean, a long time ago, I say a long time ago, probably 18 months ago, maybe close to 2 years, I had a very quick dabble at the idea of making a map. I live in Wales, and to my knowledge at least, there aren't any Welsh maps on FS22. I know MS Modding was working on one, but I think that's not coming out until FS25 now if it gets finished. So I sort of had the idea of, well, not how hard could it be, because I knew there was a lot of work, but I'm a person that likes to try and learn new skills and stuff, so I thought, well, I'll watch some tutorials and see if it's something that I could achieve. And it probably took me the best part of a month to figure out and learn how to get the map together, get all the files together, get the DEM data in so that it was based off of the real terrain. Then that was too severe, so I had to change that a little bit. And then I marked out couple of sections of road, and that probably took me the best part of a month to get that all sorted. Or, well, get say sorted, but get to that stage. And I very quickly realised, actually, you guys that make the maps are absolutely, well, heroes, in that it takes so long and so much work. That for it to take that long for me to just do like a really minuscule amount, so much so that I probably wouldn't even show anyone. It's like, yeah, you guys are legit. Yeah, you wouldn't have much left to do, and it's not like we have a feature where a bad harvest could mean you need to sell land to make ends meet. No, that's it. And although I will say they potentially, because obviously they're putting tornadoes and hailstorms and stuff in FS25, whether that'll be on all maps or whether it'll just be the American. I absolutely hate this. There we go. Doing it with this. I'm gonna go and get my other tractor. I actually might sell this tractor because it's a bit... No, I'm not going to sell it actually. I'm going to keep it, and it's just going to be used for spraying. I would say find a map you like, modify it to work how you want it to. New crop types, adjust things to suit your needs. That way you learn GE much more fluently, because taking on a blank map can be very hard and leave you looking at all the empty land to do with what you want is so overwhelmed. Yeah, that's pretty much how it was when I started, because I got to the point where I got it all in, and like the DM and the thing, and it was like you know, load out, load back in, load the game, check it's working, check that, you know, the terrain is all there and how I wanted it to be and how I thought it looked on the map and everything like that. And then yeah, it was a process, that's for sure. I'd never rule it out, because I'd always like the idea, you know, like I said, I like to learn new things for my sins, for my wife's sanity. It's I do like to learn new things. I've done a bit with Blender. I've tried with a bit of GE and stuff like that. But it's yeah, I'd love to see a map with my name on it, just to say that I've done it. But then also, I get worried about like the feedback from the community and stuff, because especially because, I mean, you must have experienced it at times. Sometimes people, they don't like the map that's come out, and instead of just saying, right, it's not for me, they like a bit sort of naggy about it. It's like, well, why can't you just sort of, you know, just accept that the map's not for you and just leave it at that, rather than slating the map to high heavens. Nope, that's not happening. Just put them in black. I think we will do that. Yeah, everyone's got an opinion on maps, so it's a bit like, I'd be a bit concerned about that. You think you put in, like you said, it takes you 8 months to make a map, and that's someone of your caliber and your experience of making maps, and I'd feel a bit sort of grieved, I suppose. And it's the thing that people don't realise or don't respect is that a lot of this is done on your own time with very little in the way of a return or a reward from what Giants pay out to modders. I take the good with the bad. I mean, you can't please everyone, so my policy is I don't make the maps for players. I make them for myself, and if someone likes my work, then that's an added bonus. That's a fair way of looking at it, actually. Just done is completely glossed over, and that's right. Just thought I'd missed the engine. Panda, that's a healthy way to see things. This works with everything you do and share with others. One thing to note is maps have a very short lifespan. A new map comes out and most people jump onto them, and the previous map they was on can often be dropped altogether. Mr. F, hello sir, how was your stream? How was Terra Life? Cooking now. That was good, thanks buddy. Good to hear, good to hear. I did have a quick check-in or lurk before I started, seeing you had like 16 people watching, I think, at that point. I was like, yeah, buddy. I personally think this is why you see so many old maps getting updates regularly to keep the map in the mind of the community. Yeah, it's probably true. I'm always a fan of a creator that sort of, not to patronise anyone, but stands by their work and wants to update it, because, you know, not that we found many issues or any issues with this map really, other than a couple of fields that had some peculiar habits. It's good to see creators that come back to their maps and are willing to put the work in to keep them updated and fix any issues that people may or may not have found. I've often thought that Cav tiny update just to bump it to the top of mod hub. Yeah, that's true actually, because when they do an update, it would go to the top of the latest list, doesn't it? It was live and sorry I haven't been running around for almost a week. No worries, engrossed myself in Terra Life, did a little stream in it. Yeah, sometimes annoying, even more so for people who are playing said map only to find there's an update that could require a new save. Yeah, that's one thing I struggle with, is when a map I'm playing. I mean, I sort of dip in and out of making content for FS, to be honest with you, but it's trying to, when a new update comes out, it's a bit frustrating sometimes when it's like a tiny update and you've got to try and, like, to keep the save going, you've got to move everything over to a new save. Come on. Simu's on your map. This is the more likely place for you to be. We're having a lot of fun on here, even if sometimes passing ships, it's nice knowing there are real people out there too. Yeah, I agree with that, Mr. Fargo. There's a lot of times where sort of I can get on early in the morning, or you get on early in the morning and I can't get on till the night, or, you know, Lynn misses us. I think he missed us last night because he was working, but, you know, that's just time zone and family life and stuff, so just the way it is. There we are. I've been singing the map's praises, saying that I'm gonna keep the server going even after FS25 is released for anyone that wants to keep playing it. I can't talk though, I've done far too many updates for my maps, but I've always tried to maintain save game compatibility. Yeah, I do have to say that actually, Cav. When I was playing Maypole sort of somewhat regularly way back, there wasn't many an update that came out where a new save was required. Most of the updates came and they were save game compatible, so. A few of us on last night getting all that honey. Did you notice I paid my bill? I did. I was on this morning with Lynn for a little bit, and I had to send him an invoice, and as soon as I opened the invoice page, it said, oh shit, Mr. F did pay the invoice in the end after all. So much appreciated on my part, friend. You must be absolutely broke now, though. Back up a little bit, because I forgot this is really slow for lowering. I think there was 2 updates that required a new save. I think the last update for sure required a new save. Yeah, I really don't think there was many. So, GPS. Yeah, about 20k should stay on the farm select menu. Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, 21,920. You haven't got any loans at all, though, have you? Come on. You can do it. Find the right gear. There we go. Rich. Have you got any like source of income coming anytime soon, or are you hanging on productions and stuff? No loan, and only the Rumbler on lease. Nice. Nope. I've got some silage I could sell and some wheat to harvest that I don't need later in the year. Dear. So, what are you? What's the plan for the farm? You're just waiting on your cereal factory that you accidentally bought. I'm making about 10k litres of honey a month, so could sell that. What about animals? You got any animals or anything like that? I haven't been down to your farm to see what's going on. Still have about 300 in silage I can sell in May. Is May the best price now then, or? Silage. September, well, May's pretty good. Oh man, I should have held off. Should have held off. Uh, 300k silage. Give you a nice influx of cash. However, Jan is the best price normally. Yeah, I just sold 560,000 litres of silage, and it's not best price or anything, and it was, I think you got 645,000. No, it's just when I'll have it, so I'll sell it then as I need the cash. Yeah, it should give you a nice little boost though. Guys, I'm out. Have some things to do. Have a good night. Panda, appreciate you stopping by, my friend. Hope you're well. We should be convoying on ATS on Sunday night if you're interested. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, and I'll catch you sometime in the Discord. I'm not particularly too fussed about getting 100% roll coverage on here if there's the odd little strip that I miss. I have to go, sadly. My little one's starting nursery today and finally he's ready to sleep. I'm going to grab an early night myself. Cavalier Roy, you are a legend, sir. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. I appreciate this map and all the other maps as their singular form. You have a good night, sir, and we'll hopefully catch you again on another stream shortly. Have a good one, guys, and again, thanks for the positive feedback. Anytime, my friend, anytime. You take it easy. What's the up to then? Oh, storm's branching out. Rusty, have you bought some more land since you've been on here, sir? I have no idea what you were talking about. It didn't seem like you had that much land when I looked earlier. And the fact that you also said you didn't have anything to do earlier. And you now seem to be quite actively fussing around these fields. Makes me wonder. I spent the last 30 minutes cutting down hedges, and I'm nowhere near finished. Some of these farms are growing at an exponential rate. I don't know how all the work is going to get done. Well, my friend, as someone who is cash strapped, that's where you come in and do yourself some little contracting on the side. Demand some extortionate prices. Get yourself a nice little payday. I was saying earlier, I don't know who caught it, but the only thing I think purchasing land-wise for me from now is probably going to be purchasing 147. This plot of land here, these 2 extra fields, and then that's probably going to be me done in terms of actual field sport. Because then that'll probably be enough to keep me going. Time will tell, because obviously as the cows all get to the same age, have calves and stuff, and they start growing. There's nearing 1,000 cows on the pen or the enclosure limits. Might need to think about some more silage fields and stuff, but for now I think there's only one more field that I'm eyeing, and then I'm pretty well done. There's a few extra like near me, but they aren't very big. Yeah, I think when I scoped out the map, there was a couple of there was 2 farms I kind of settled on. This one down here where Scruffy ended up, and then this one where I ended up, and I took this one. And my plan was sort of always to kind of have the belt up here, so to speak. So yeah, my only eye really is on this field here, 147 or 145, 144, because that's close to the farm, and maybe potentially 150 down the line if I need it. But I'm sort of thinking, like you say, Mr. F, the length of time to do the work, especially because I've got 3 grass fields now, which obviously on my current cut schedule, where I've got it worked out, is 3 cuts a year. So 3 months of the year where I'm cutting 3 fields, baling, rolling them to reset, and then sort of fertilising, liming in between if needed. I'm looking at a 2-year plan, beef cattle next year, now pigs the year after, hence the purchase of more fields. I have specific crops in mind for each field. Nice. Well, I think Lynn actually worked it out when the day or we set the server up, and I think he worked it out that based on the 3-day months and the actual release day of FS25, I think it worked out we'd have, I'm pretty sure, 3.5 years of the server if I shut it down the day that FS25 was released. Now my plan is very much to keep it going after FS25 releases, so long as people want to keep playing it. Now I'm enjoying the map, so I'm not planning on giving up anytime soon. And at this point I'm not nailed on to get FS25 at release. I'm probably going to wait 6 to 8 months or so after it's released, and I'll pick it up then when the mods have sort of caught up. So that probably works out. Your plan, Rusty, is probably about right in time frame, where you should be picking up the pigs probably around the time FS25 releases. If Flynn's maths is correct, which we could take that with a grain of salt. Oh, that's this field done. Just double check. So yeah, that's back to growth stage 1 and 3. Needs ploughing, but I can't be bothered to plough it and reseed it. So we will leave it unploughed. I don't mind for grass. The hit on the yield percent is so minimal. With this in Terra Life, I see no reason to invest in FS25. There will be months on both of these, and like you said, 6 months after release, FS25 will have more updates and mods available. Yep, that's 100%, and I think I said it to you, Rusty, before on one of the live streams. I know I make more now than when I said it, but my channel is predominantly reliant on most of the numbers and everything on my channel come from the trucking content. So I don't rely on farm sims so heavily that I need to be on the freshest game. I'd rather be enjoying the games that I've got, and between this, Terra Life just coming out, which is something I'm definitely going to check out in a more advanced way. Fraser Valley, it's there's no real call for me to upgrade either. Right, I'm gonna whack this on a worker just for ease, because I need to crack on with another job. Okay. Just check. Let's start job. So I want to nip down here because I want to. I'm going to start seeding up my cornfields. Mode on. Cool. We'll see how we get on with this fence. It's got enough power for the planter, but this is pretty hilly on this part. So if it does start to struggle, we may break out the JCB. Right, I've got a question for you more experienced fellas, Mr. Farquhar, Rusty. When you run enhanced animals and you have your animal pen is full up, it sells the over animals, the ones that are born that there's no room for, it sells those automatically. Does that... Oops, so we're just not going to stop at the border. Does it do that on... without enhanced animals? I only ask because I've got 500 chickens that are halfway pregnant, and they just seem to have stopped because the enclosure's full up. They just don't seem to have gone up any more percentage, and I think it's because there's nowhere for the chickens to go. just stop. Yeah, that's what I feared. So I've got 500 half-pregnant chickens. 50% complete. And that's as far as they'll go. I don't know why this isn't. To lift that up. I think mine used to pop up with no room in animal enclosure when midnight ticks over. Yeah, I just remember running enhanced animals and when on there, if you've got overage, it just automatically sells them. All your incomes and outgoings do, yeah. I was just looking at them the other day and I was like, I'm sure you haven't gone up any percentage in like months. So the plan with this field is to, obviously it's corn for silage, for chopping. Needs to be fertilised, it's obviously been limed. The fertiliser, I could have got this planter with a fertiliser tank on, but it was so minimal there was really no point. So I didn't, but I probably will use the slurry or manure to do it. So yeah, what I will do is it really depends on the yield from this field and the other cornfield that I've got, the chaff, as to whether next year I do more corn or not. Yes. Get one of the 2K combined farm chicken pens, transfer the 500 over, and then sell the old one. So enhanced animals work multiplayer. It does, because we used it on the Chilliwack server. Whether people would want it in its stock format though is the only thing, because see, we found out that it does the cow feed. I mean, I wouldn't mind it on there if people want it. Ooh, Scruffy incoming. I'm okay with it if people want it. It requires a few adjustments in thinking, but it's not a huge change. I'll put a thing up in the Discord just to double check with everyone. Everyone else not here right now. If they want it, we can chuck it on. It's no doesn't take a few minutes to chuck it on, does it? So just might need a slight rethink with the slightly increased feed rate. I'd happily adjust the XML to make it a little friendlier. Yeah, we could run an edited version if we chucked it on the. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's bigger than the Discord file limit, so we just chuck it in the Discord for people to add to their mod folders. I won't buy any more cows then for a bit. I need to make sure my current feed stocks last until next cat. Yeah, do we want to hang fire then until... We won't put it on until sort of July time when the next cat is due? Just so no one gets fucked over with not having enough feed. Even with the friendlier version.
Hello.
Hello, buddy.
Ooh, what's happening?
Not much, just seeding some corn. What are you up to?
I'm just on. I don't even know what I need to do. I don't think there's anything for me to do. I might start my cows.
You got any cows at all yet?
No, I've 200 sheep.
Yeah.
215 sheep, but I might start.
Yeah. We were just talking in the chat there about adding the enhanced animals mod. Got any issues with that?
No. Grazing. Does it work on multiplayer?
I don't know, to be honest. It's a good question.
Does
The only thing I don't know if the enclosures on the map are grazing compatible. Should have asked Cavalier Roy when he was here earlier.
Wish you could throw it on and see.
Yeah. I was confused. I thought there was... Are you going to get kicked off the server?
Dorman chat, no?
He was earlier. I was confused. I thought that was my Discord ping in. I felt sure I wasn't in a channel. I think they were. Yeah, I do think they potentially are grazing compatible, because when I mowed before I had any animals, the first cat of silage I did off the animal pens, and there was like a really weird bit that seemed like it would be marked out for grazing. So I think there's the potential that it possibly is grazing.
You pull up the F5 in my keyboard.
Yeah.
There's a big square, big rectangle at the back of the cowboard.
Yeah.
Green, and then there's a other one inside it, so I'm guessing that's your grazing
That's the
box.
grazing.
Same for sheep too.
Yeah.
Unless I'm wrong.
Well, just because when I mowed the cow and the sheep barns right back at the start, and there was like a square or rectangle bit at the back of each that didn't, well, it mowed, but it wouldn't like spit the grass out there.
Yep.
So I think maybe if we just chuck it on and see what happens. Incoming lag, lost connection. We'll hop out for a sec then.
They just stored them with a bale and one fell over.
That's the Indian burial ground.
And there the lag is.
There it is.
There's storm now.
And I'm back in.
There we are. Back in the game.
Rusty on there too, is he?
Yeah, he's sitting around down there buying more land, trying to surround you.
We're not good enough. Not.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to chat to us. No one likes the grass. Snitches get stitches. My mob are watching a film, so it's rather loud here. Decided not to subject you to James Bond at 110 decibels and stop being in Discord. I mean, it's fair enough. James Bond at any decibels is bad for the ears. But my oldest lad, he got in from school he went up his mother's after school today. And then I said, because I knew I was trying to stream earlier than normal tonight, so I said to her, oh, can you make sure he's on his way back by 6:30? And she normally texts, he's only like 10 minutes down the road. She normally texts to say, oh, he's on his way, so I know to keep an eye out for him. And got to like 10 to 7, and she said, oh, I've just gone in to check on him, and he's asleep in his room. So he fell asleep after school, and he got back, and he was just like half asleep, so I sent him for an early night, because I think the first day back at school just wrecked him.
I used to do that all the time. Home from school and just went to bed.
Lynn still does it, so. Annoyingly, I need to run up to the store and grab some more seed.
The ESR pack for telehandlers is brilliant.
What was it?
The ESZ. What do you call that pack for telehandlers?
Oh, the all the different
ESZ.
attachments and stuff. Concede defeat and go and pick up another pallet of seeds.
The cow barns take straw, don't they?
Yes, it's got to be loose or from a shredder.
Yeah, but you put bales into the site, into the heavy automatic feeder.
Oh yeah. I think you can put bales in there.
I'm filling it up there, but on the start menu there's no gauge for straw. It's only for grass, hay, and AMR.
Yeah, I haven't got a fancy robot on mine.
Not long since I've used them.
Get myself some seeds even. You know that small loan I paid of mine that I paid off earlier. Well, I kind of reversed that and went even further in the other direction. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, Rusty. Right, I got 992,000 because I sold the silage, and the bank will give me a 500,000 loan. And I did briefly contemplate taking that extra loan, even though I don't really need it, to buy that bit of land, the last bit of the puzzle, and pay off some of my leases that I've got on vehicles and stuff.
Where the hell have you 962,000?
I sold them like 500 and something odd thousand litres of silage earlier.
Oh.
I had 600. I had 320 something odd, and I sold 645,000 litres of silage, plus the whatever the environmental bonus thing is. So I took a loss on it because it was the best price for selling. Should have held off till May because May is slightly better.
The money in.
But I'm not that fussed. It's totally fine. So everyone just ignore this. actually. So how much do you owe now, Rusty, altogether? Want to eventually have at least 2k of combined dairy and beef cattle. Present, my 300 herd require 1.25 million litres of feed a year. Something to need at least 8.4 million litres for 2k. You owe 2.3 million. So you pretty much need to probably buy out most of the map to be able to produce enough feed then, right? Max out that loan, Scruff, and buy as much land as you can before before Rusty buys it all.
I think he's heading north with his land. So I just looked at the map there to see how many fields he bought today. As long as he doesn't start coming south with his fields, he's okay. Otherwise, there will be a war again between Ireland and...
Therefore. This is why I'm happy with my 21k in the bank. It's all mine.
Three fields down beside me. For some strange reason, the price of them is 912,000.
How much?
912.
Jesus.
3 fields, and there's 3 fields directly opposite it. I'll say it's 400,000. Yeah, sorry, the 3 fields opposite are 314,000. 907. Less than 1 hectare. But
If my math is correct, I have just about enough now. If I put them all to grass and go for 3 cuts a year, I'll be very careful not to go south if you notice. Mr. F, I need to roll out, chaps. Have a good evening. No, Mr. F, appreciate you, sir. Thanks for stopping by. Have yourself a good rest of your evening, and we'll catch you soon. If you do edit the animal feed, not enhanced animals, just stick it in the Discord and I'll get it added. Why is 163 and 155 so expensive? They aren't big fields. Don't know. What is it? Jesus, what are you buying, man?
middle feed.
All right. I'll do it the next day or two, no worries. I appreciate it, Mr. F. Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
So Which one are you looking at? 153, 163. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the ones I was talking about. 976,000.
Jesus.
Don't know why it's so dear.
There's like an overlap of farmlands there, is there? Because you can't even click on the 155. But then that one that's like bigger. What's that? 5.7 hectares is 314, and 6.19 hectares is 976.
Doesn't make sense, doesn't it?
Crazy. And that one that's 8.28 hectares is 455. Must just be an anomaly in the system there somewhere.
There's a field down behind my farm. It's 8.28 hectares. It's 433,000.
Yeah, that's 137, is it?
The only reason I could see it being so highly priced is that 76% of that fields is sandy loam.
Yeah, I don't think that factors in usually.
No, just check. There's no
I think
field
it's
across
just-
the.
I think when it comes to whatever the XML is for field pricing, I think the only thing it factors in is a price per acre or a price per hectare. There's obviously something wrong with that. Field farmland, they must be reading in the XML as much higher average than it actually is. For whatever reason. There's a bit that I missed over here. Lovely jubbly. I'm gonna go and sell some milk. If I do decide I need more fields, I'll be crossing the road and going north, but I hope not to have to buy any others. Yeah, I think that's the thing for me is I don't want to buy. There's only the only other one I've got my eye on is that one that I showed you earlier in the stream, because I think if I buy loads more, then I'm not going to have enough time to ever get on and finish working all of the fields. And there's some quite nice big fields close to where I am. I just, yeah, don't think I can justify buying any more. Where's the milk? 632, 637, Maple Dairy. I never thought the day I'd see a TLX going so slow up a hill.
What's in that? 67,000.
Yeah, 67,000 litres of milk.
Did you buy a dairy production? No.
No, straight for sale.
Quick question: is the store put back in place?
I haven't got it. Scruffy, you had it. Are you good or?
I was using it. It should be reset.
If it's not, if you do, I think Alt-Shift-R, that'll reset it.
I bought 4 bags of lime earlier on. I forgot to set the store point. I don't know where they ended up.
There was 4 bags of lime at the actual store earlier when I picked something up from there.
Ah, that must be them.
Don't know if they're still there, but there was. I'm pretty sure that was.
They're here.
Okay, I think I'm probably gonna have to get a bigger engine in this truck.
Not too often you see an American truck. UK road.
Oh, that's going.
From the rain.
I did that the other day with the store point. I meant to set it down at the yard. Forgot or bought I think 16 bags of compost, and they were all up at the shop. So I ended up having to go up there with the trailer and pick them all up. The automatic feeder, it works every hour. Oh yeah. I think so, yeah. I think the top of every hour it's meant to feed if they need it.
No, they're not. Gauges weren't populating on the start menu, but they have now.
There's no way of telling if a production has been bought by another farm, is there? Like when you just roll up to it, does it say it's owned by...
I don't know. It doesn't say who owns it. There'd be no icons outside it. Or if you open the start menu and try and click on it, you can't click on it.
Just wanted to check because it's quite close to where Selim's land is, and I don't want to try and dump my milk in if he's bought the dairy. I can't see that he would have because obviously he's doing forestry and stuff, but you never know.
The dairy down beside me, I own it. I'm actually surprised you didn't buy it, because butter, cheese, pastured milk.
What's the
iPods.
yeah, like how quick does it process?
Yeah, I'll share my screen.
It's stuck.
That's the butter.
30 mil. $1,000 a month. It's the selling price of butter.
Mm. Not that good.
Just for time and
Yeah, I was getting it for cheese and pastured milk. My plans for the milk. And then the soybeans and soy milk.
I'll just sell this for now. Just think about it for next time round.
Cheese 1700.
How much cheese is 1,700?
Yeah.
What's the recipe on cheese?
10 milk.
10 milk. So it's process is less quick though.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I'll just sell this now and then I'll think about it.
Oh, sorry, it's off the mic there. What were you saying?
I reckon I'll just sell the milk now and then I'll think about it for next time. Can even trigger it.
Pasture milk's 1400 as well. One milk's only 680.
Was triggering.
an awful lot of fertilizing contracts.
Oh, is it?
Greetings.
Hello, sir.
Good evening.
You alright, guys?
How's it going?
The film has finished. So
Good.
almost through and
That's good for you. You don't have to infect your eardrums with that drivel anymore.
no, they've all gone to bed now, actually. So
Yes. Yeah, just sold the first lot of milk.
How much do you get for it?
I think it's 44,500 plus a little bit for environmental. Should be
not
on
too
there.
bad. I purchased the dairy on Ebony Island. I'm going to start chucking my milk down there and making cheese and butter and flogging that, I think.
42,841 for the milk plus. I think it was something like just under 2,000 for environmental score.
Nice.
It's a bit annoying because the environmental score bonus goes on to MISC rather than the actual product that you've sold.
Yeah.
So, because I'd much rather it be there for, like, I've sold bales, a shit ton on environmental score, so put that under bales on the cost screen so I know where it's come from.
Actually, I don't know why I'm worrying about cow food. I've got about 500,000 litres in hay bales sitting in my shed as well, so if the worst comes to the worst, I can just feed it hay until next cut, so ignore me. I was flapping about nothing.
Got to make sure you can feed the animals you've got, right?
Indeed. Yeah. I'm not looking
I, on
forward
the
to
other
having
hand, I
cater it.
think I'm going to have to sacrifice one cut of selling silage to feed the cows, because I don't think I've got enough silage in my mixer to keep me going until the corn time.
Well, you say it. You own that machine. Well, I've got the machine one, and it's supposed to only feed them when necessary, isn't it, or once an hour or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But I've just kept chucking the ingredients in, and it's now showing that I've got about 600,000 litres of the cattle feed, the TMR, sitting in there. So
What was it?
I don't know how it works.
It feeds them every hour, but I don't know what.
Maybe it makes it up and then stores it, and then just takes it out and feeds it
Yeah.
as it needs, I suppose. I don't even know how big the store is, how much they hold.
Yes, and I've only got 37,000 litres in mine, but 100.
Right, I've got 76,000 litres of milk. I'm taking that down to my dairy. I've just got it all set on store at the moment, so we'll see how quickly it
So,
produces.
what are you making down there? Cheese and butter, is it?
I'm going to go for cheese and butter because it only needs milk. It doesn't need any other ingredients. If I go for the chocolate now, I need sugar, and I'm not faffing around with that at this stage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see, you're trying to put in my head there the other night about doing sugar.
Well, the chocolate is worth that much more if you can make it and sell it, isn't it? So, compared to the butter and cheese.
You could use the purchase function of production revamp and buy the sugar in.
£9,000 for 10,000 litres. That's not.
Just saying. You know,
Could do.
it's not
Or
cheaty
maybe
in
not.
my opinion, because that's what a real factory would do if they were in need of goods, right? They just buy it in from a supplier.
I might, just as an experiment, bite the bullet and when a couple of my fields have been harvested, maybe plant up something suitable to harvest for the sugar. But then I need somewhere to process it, don't I?
You'd have to get somewhere to process it into sugar, then,
Yeah.
like the mill, sugar mill.
No, I
If
won't
there's
do
even
that.
one on.
I think there's one down behind me.
Could probably just easier just to purchase one and put it on my land somewhere. Wouldn't it?
One that's down the back at 442.
I was going to do that with the dairy, but the one just over the bridge on the island isn't too far away, so I thought I'd just do that.
So that's one beside 163, is it?
Yes, that's right. So I take it, if I tried to deliver my milk to one of you guys' dairies, it wouldn't take it.
I don't think it would.
It might, yeah, because there's no triggers. So I'm just flying over here.
Well,
now,
I don't know actually, because it's a bit confusing for me, because that production revamp mod is supposed to fix that, where if someone owns a production, other players on the map can still use it as a sales point. Lynn tried it with a bale contract on my production that I owned, and it worked fine. But then when Selim had a contract for harvesting, it wouldn't let him tip into the tip point. It said it was full. So I really don't know. In theory, production revamp should fix that issue where, because someone else owns it, you can't sell to it, as long as you haven't got contractor rights to the farm. But in practice, Lynn had it and it worked, and Selim had it and it didn't, so I don't know.
How about if they set up some kind of, I don't know how the invoice system that works because I've not used it yet. Could you set up a contract or an invoice to say you deliver a certain amount to their dairy?
Yeah,
the
invoicing mod, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it.
So in theory then, say if I wanted to use Scruff's dairy, he could set up a purchase from me of however many thousand litres and I could just deliver it there.
Yeah, in theory.
I suppose he'd have to have the money in the bank to be able to pay me for it.
Yeah. Scruff, did you say you've got the Glenleithen dairy? Is that the one you bought?
Yeah, it's on the left hand side of.
Right, well, I'm gonna, since we're on, and I've got 20,000 litres of milk to sell. I'm gonna try it and see what happens.
No, it's closer for you to go to Rusty's dairy. It's only across the bridge from you. Instead of driving the whole way over here.
Oh yeah, did you bought yours already, Rusty? You said, is it?
Yeah.
You do that then.
If you happen to drive all this far.
It's that one, the Ebony Island.
Yeah, down there by 163. Make me coming the other way as I've just left it.
Do you get much profit out of your apples, Sim?
Absolutely none. Well, I mean, that's not fair, actually. I do get profit out of it. I lose out money based on the map selling point. But that's only because I did a deal with... It's only because I did a deal with Lynn for the price that was on the map. Made a massive mistake.
I'll just stay this end of the bridge until you get on, shall I?
Yeah. It's a much tighter corner than I was anticipating. To be
Yeah,
honest.
it was a bit, wasn't it?
Let's give it the old Farquhar kick. Worry about that fence.
ATS all over again.
Yep. I recorded on ATS this morning and it was like so alien being back on it. I've not been on it for probably a month. Well, that was interesting. I could overload into your tanker then as we passed.
Did you?
Yeah, it just came up to overload into your tanker.
What would happen? Who would own the milk then once you've overloaded it into my tanker?
I know.
Go test it.
That's the thing, is all these things, because there's all these mods on here with the contracting and bits that I've just never used, so I don't know anything about them. Until when we were doing you were doing the honey this morning, you pointed out that exchange point.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that, none whatsoever.
It's quite good.
Need
It's
whole-
just it's disappointing that you can't do grain. That's the only thing. You
Yeah.
can't like pull up with a trailer of grain and then it picks up. You've got X thousand litres of grain in there that you now want to shift to. Right, do you know how much you've got in your dairy?
Hang on 1 second, I'll just check. I have 76,374 litres. I've got the storage up so I can see if it goes up at all.
That doesn't trigger to.
No trigger point.
No, there's nothing showing, is there?
You're actually on the trigger itself at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. Oh, it just comes up no spare capacity for milk, so it doesn't,
Right.
doesn't let me do it. That's cool.
That's a
Good to know.
that's a shame.
Stay there just 1 second. Let's see if I can. We've seen something. Shoot for some milk. Goods. Anything specifically for milk? I don't know how this works. How would I?
So what are you trying to do? The contract, the invoice.
Yeah.
So the way I normally do it, if I'm selling goods, is
Choose the number of litres. Put what the product is in additional check.
yeah. Well, what I do is go on goods, and then instead of doing it per litre, I'll work out. I'll say I was giving you the milk. I'd say right, I'll give you the milk for 500 litres, 500 quid per 1,000 litres. So where it says adjustment of costs there at the bottom, I'd put 500 in there. And then I've got 20,000 litres in my trailer now. So I'd put 20 in the litre bit. And then in the additional text, I just write like milk sale, 20,000 litres. And then once you click off it, it will like update the price at the bottom. And you just click add.
Sorry, so you put 500 in the litres, put milk in additional text, and then
So 20 in the litres for this
20
sale.
in the litres.
And then 500 in the adjustment of costs.
500 in adjustment of costs, right?
And then I'd just put milk sale in the additional text just so you know what it's for. And then once you click off, that should update the price at the bottom. So if I don't know if you've got the stream app still, but it's on there now.
Okay. Oh no, it didn't take it for that. Like 500 again.
You're getting 500 pound for 20 litres of milk. You'd be a millionaire in no time.
It keeps reversing it back to.
Oh, man.
Maybe I have to click off it completely. Hang on. That's yeah. So that might give a cost of 500,000 at the bottom then. It says.
Oh, really?
20 litre milk sale adjustment of cost 500.
Yeah.
It says 500,000 at the bottom for the total.
Oh, really? Because I've done the same inputs and mine says 10,000.
Yeah.
You put 20 litres in, Rusty, or 20,000?
20 litres. 20 litres, milk sale 500, and I clicked off of it, and it's come up at 500,000 at the bottom.
I mean, you can pay me 500,000 for that milk.
Let me see how I do it on my screen. See if I get anything different. 20.
I'd have to do it to you though, wouldn't I? I'd have to invoice you if you were gonna buy this milk off me now.
Yeah,
give me
you'd have to invoice me.
I'd have to send the invoice to you.
Yeah. Do you want to try that? See if it works?
Yeah, we
If you
can
want
do
to
that.
sell it?
Then we're getting 10,000. Rusty's getting 500,000. I get 500.
I've got exactly. I'm looking at Sim's stream now, and I've got exactly in there what he's getting in, and I'm getting 500,000.
Yeah, I have £500.
Right, so put 500 in the bottom,
Hang on, I've got to go back into it again.
just so I know that we've got it down. I know I need to invoice you, but so I put
Nice.
500 in first, right in the bottom where it says adjustment of costs, and then click on the black space.
Yep.
And then click in
Done that, and
liter, type 20.
Yep.
And then click in the black space.
Then click in the backspace. Now it's coming up 10,000.
10,000.
If I did it liters first, and then the 500,
Yeah.
it comes up 500,000.
Sweet. So I'll add that. Actually, no, I'll delete that. Put milk sale.
Like, just sell it to me for whatever you're going to get for it anyway.
Oh, sorry, 500 is fine. And put it to your farm. Put it invoice.
Do I have to give you access to it in any way?
I think you'd have to go on to the farm and give me contractor access, I reckon.
Go onto my farm and give you contractor.
Yeah, so if you go into the menu and you've got the little shed with the 3 people on it,
yeah,
you click on my farm and it should say like grant contractor access or grant contractor or something like that.
Place was hire AI, manage contracts. It says grant contractor.
If you don't click on my name, click on where it says Simmy Dad's Farm.
Yeah. Oh, there we go, grant contractor.
And then I'll see if it lets me. Just make sure I get on the trigger now. It doesn't let me tip it into your.
You're not letting.
You're almost on the trigger. Well, your right hand side's on the trigger. Your left hand side's not. No, it's on now. That's all on.
Yeah, it's still not letting me do it. I think it's obviously because it recognises the milk is mine and not yours. It's stupid. Isn't it? Right, I'll cancel that invoice and I'll just sell it to the.
Okay, you'd have thought you'd been able to do that because that makes sense of transferring goods between each of us, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, you'd think so. Do I cancel this invoice now?
Something I could need to do in the productions that would make a difference to that.
Delete invoice.
That's everything I can do.
Oh, hang on. Oh, wait. There you go. Now it's doing it. For some reason I had to close my pumps and drive forward a little bit.
Yeah, it's showing as well.
It's going in, is it?
Totally going up, yeah.
There we go.
20,000 litres has gone in.
There we go. Easy.
Very accurate on that.
At least we know that works.
Yeah.
Well, the 20,000 goes to.
It goes with my total. So
yeah, as long as you, I think as long as you've got contractor, you can tip it. I can tip it into your production. And
I paid your invoice.
You pay the. I invoice you for whatever, which is good to know. Because last night transfer like fucking, excuse the French, like 100 odd bales, 100 odd pallets to Mr. Farquhar was a pain in the bum.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive this back to the farm, and then that is me done, because I'm early tomorrow, so I need to go to bed.
The same. I'm painting tomorrow.
Are you painting tomorrow?
Yeah, I have to do my mum and dad's house outside of it. I'm not looking forward to it because I'm going to get sore by the end of it.
That worked, and it's gone into my total, and it's all
Nice.
processing. So, and I paid your
Awesome.
invoice. So, yeah, okay. So
Lovely
we
stuff.
know that. That's one thing we know
Nice.
works. Then.
All right, awesome.
Yeah. If you have any milk for sale in the future, Sim, I might buy some off you.
Yeah, I'll just I'll offer it out when I've got it and see who's willing to pay the best price. Alrighty, guys, that's going to do us for tonight. I appreciate you all. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and I will catch you all on the next stream. Take it easy.